How do I demonstrate in a call what is possible if they dive in with me for 4 sessions? How do I demonstrate what's possible for potential clients when I talk to them about my work? That's the question, really. So this client has a breathwork business and having conversations with potential clients, explaining to them that breathwork will give you presence, will give you peace, will give you calm, it'll awaken insights for you. And how could I possibly tell them what value this is going to have beyond those kind of ethereal things? You're going to be more present, peaceful, and calm. Like, some people might just buy that and might just pay for it, but other people might want to know, like, how is this going to influence my actual life in a practical way? How's it going to impact my relationships? How can it impact my business, my income, my relationship with my kids and my partner, my health and fitness? How is it going to practically implement that? And if you do breath work, or if you do any kind of modality where it's not obvious, like you're not actually helping somebody practically on their business is going to impact their revenue, how is helping them with their breath going to help them with their revenue? Like, how do you know that? You can't know, right? No, you can't know in the sense that you're not an oracle or a prophet, and it's not so direct and linear. So when I can't know that, how do I demonstrate it? Do I just have to sell the presence and the peace and the calm? Or is there some way to know what the pragmatic, practical, real world, tangible, material results are going to be? This is an important question, I think, for a lot of us. And this works for me too in coaching, because I'm helping people to be free, loving, and powerful. Now, how do I know how that's going to impact them in their life, in their business, in their relationships? How do I know? Even if I say we're going to focus on the business, how do I know that it is going to make a difference, that when they become more free, they're going to make more money? How do I know that for sure? And this is nuanced and deep, but it's like, this is where the magic is. And it's also where you get to touch shadow around your fear around creating a future, speaking something into being in the future that isn't. How do you say something as if it's true when you can't possibly know it? First of all, let's at least get some level of practical application here. Then we're going to still take it deeper. You ask a person about their life, about the things that are going on, about the things you'd like to be different. You have the life coaching type conversation, no matter what the modality of things that you do are. What do you want to be different in your world? You want to make more money? Cool. Tell me about that. And as they tell you about the more money they want to make, and you ask them about how they want to make it, you're asking questions as an investigator for yourself. You're trying to figure out, how is them being more calm and present and peaceful and having new insight going to help with that? Not from the place where I know and I have to show them, but from the place of, I have no fucking clue, but I'm really curious. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the opposite of presence, peace, and calm, like lack of presence, being distracted, being frustrated, being anxious. How are these things getting in the way of the income that they want? And if I don't know, I'm going to ask them, have you been anxious? How is that getting in the way of making the money you want? If you're not present, how is that getting in the way of your income growth in your business? If you're not peaceful, if you're angry all the time, like, how is that affecting your income? Like, help me see it, dude or dudette, because I'm going to help you with these things and you want to make more money. We together want to connect the dots. So let's investigate and figure it out. What I do know is that a present and peaceful and calm human being who has access to insight is more powerful and more productive. What I don't know going into the conversation is how that is going to lead to results in your life. So that's what the conversation is for. It's a time for inquiry into us figuring it out. So we can do that for everything that you want in your material life. We can figure out, what is the outcome that you want in your life? Oh, I want my wife to be this way, or I want this to be different in our marriage. I want my kids to behave like that. Cool. That's what you want there. And this is what I can do for you over here. Let's look at it together. Let's figure it out. Carve a trail. Okay. And so once you've done that, and you both are in a shared narrative about how more presence, peace, calm, whatever it is that you create through the work that you do, has a path and an impact to and directly relates to, for them specifically, these material outcomes you want in their life, that's half the battle, right? That's half the work. But there's still that niggling question, how do I know for sure that them being more present in their being through their breath work is going to lead to that in their business? Because there's other factors, right? This is the deeper piece. And this is why I'm smiling, because I used to have a really fucking hard time with this. Because it was like, I can't determine for sure that will happen, and I don't have control, so I can't say that will be, because I can't guarantee it. That's the rub. I can't say that will be because I can't guarantee it. That is how a control freak gives away their fucking power to lead and to create. Imagine JFK saying, NASA wants to go to the moon, and I can't say for sure that we'll go to the moon because it's hard, not easy, but we're going to try to go to the moon. That's not a fucking inspiring speech. What did he say? We're going to the moon. And for you people that don't believe in land of the moon, put that on the side for a second. Just get the point here. Like, or MLK, I have a dream that one day people will judge by the character, not the color of their skin. It's like, I would like that to me. I try to move towards that. This is what will be. We're doing this. We're going this way. Muhammad Ali, back there on my wall. I'm the greatest. He didn't say, I'm going to try to be the greatest. You say what will be. You put it out into the world. So they're saying it for yourself, I am, and then they're saying that will be. To say will be is to say, and to say I am is the same thing. Especially if you're speaking something you are that you don't have a history of being and you're just declaring and invoking today. How do you use your mouth to speak a future into being that you can't guarantee will be? How do you do that? You have to be willing to live in that tension. You have to be able to step into, this is a philosophical choice. It's like, how am I going to use my mouth? Am I going to use my mouth to only speak things that are guaranteed? Or am I going to also use it to speak things that could be as if they will be, not because I'm an oracle, but because I'm a creator? What is the fucking function of this thing? Is it to describe the things that are guaranteed? Is it to describe all the stuff that is? Is it that it? So the stuff in the world and I see it and it just comes right back out. It's like, this is the regurgitation of what is. Is that what this mouth is for? Or do I use it to fucking generate something new? Do I see something in my mind's eye, imagine it, and then speak it as if it is and fucking press it into the world with the intensity of my commitment through my speaking? It's dangerous to do it, right? Because if you say something and then it isn't, somebody might come after you. And yeah, you got to fucking face that music. But here's the fucking fact, is that the people that are willing to speak something that will be without an ability to guarantee or know it, they're the ones that fucking create forward. They're the ones that lift things to a new level. And they're also the ones that get shit on when it doesn't fucking happen. But guess what? If you can fucking stomach that and you can take people being pissed at you or whatever for it not happening, then you still get to be in that club. And more times than not, it's going to work out because the power of the mouth is fucking insane. It's so massive. You can speak something into being. I say it like, dude, if I've said this many times, in fact, I've said it so many times, I think someday I might actually fucking do it if it wouldn't make my family suffer so much. But if I sat myself in a room in a fucking metal folding chair and I sat in front of a fucking white wall and I just said the word red over and over again, red, and I didn't fucking let anybody move. I said nothing else. I locked in like fucking psycho mode. And all I said was the color red. I guarantee you that eventually somebody would paint that fucking wall red. Or they'd take me in a gurney and they'd put me in a hospital. And at some point, some doctor would come in and be like, you know what? Let's just try painting the wall red and let's see what happens. And then I'd be like, fuck, finally somebody got it. This mouth will fucking create. But you have to be willing to be seen as fucking nuts. You have to be willing to say something and have it not happen. How could you be willing to say something? If you do this breath work, your business is going to go up. How can you guarantee that? I can't guarantee it, but I'm fucking committed to it. And that's how I create my world with my mouth and my mind. Are you going to join me or not? Breathe, motherfucker. So how do you choose to speak something into creation when you can't guarantee it? How do you face the fear of people saying, hey, you said this was going to be and it wasn't? You have to decide that being somebody who creates with their mouth is more important than being somebody who wins every time. That's it. It's like, you got to take the shot. If it's a game, if I'm playing basketball, is it more important for me that it goes in or that I take shots? That classic thing, like Michael Jordan's taking more shots than anybody. Yeah, he's more than everybody. I get the point. So you can't win if you don't play. You don't grow if you don't lean into your edge. You can't create with your mouth if you only use it to describe what's guaranteed and what is. You are incremental at best if you just nudge a little bit forward. If you want a quantum leap, speak something massive if it's going to be true. And the more commitment you bring to it, the more enrollment you're going to get, and the more energy for it, and the more people are going to be likely to join you in that. And the universe is going to be like, yeah, he's on, let's go. And this shit's going to happen. There you go. There's your answer. Thanks for listening.